Hello, this is Fuel the Soul, and I'm here with your reading for Cancer, February, second half, 2021. So let's see. Now, the cards have mixed reviews. Some days they're flying, some days I've got to draw. So let's see where they're at. For Cancer, February 21. Okay, there we go. First one. Let me get this going in. First card, the Empress. It's a beautiful card. Let's keep going. Let's see what else we see. What can I tell Cancer? What information is there here for Cancer? Let's see. I hope you guys are good. I hope everything is well, that you guys are staying safe and healthy for Cancer. We want good things. What information, though, can you give me so that I can draw for Cancer, or I can read for Cancer? Okay, I think we're going to do two more shuffles, and then that's it. Yep. Okay, I'm going to draw, and we'll start pulling your cards out, Cancer. First card, or the second card, is the Tower. Next card. Let's see. Who's telling me where? This card. We have the Six of Cups. Okay, sorry guys. I have to look at them and see what they tell me. We have the Ten of Coins. Five of Coins energy in the center. Eight of Swords. It's this one. Nine of Cups. Two more cards for Cancer. Ten of Swords. You got a whole bunch of mixed stuff going on. Last card is the Six of Swords. So let's see what's going on here for Cancer. Okay. So, the Five of Coins is kind of what you're feeling like right now. You're surrounded by you're scrunched between the Ten of Coins, which is a great card, but then you have the Eight of Swords. So it's okay. So Eight of Swords says you're not really looking at something. You're not dealing with something. So we're going to look at that in a second. Five of Coins. That's kind of how you're feeling. So I feel like you have concerns about something. I'm trying to think. In other decks, sometimes the Five of Coins is like a legality issue, you know? And here I just feel like these people are feeling overwhelmed with something that's financial. So it could be a legal issue for sure, because you got to pay for those things, right? It costs. So I'm going to start from the top and we'll start reading down. The Empress card, a beautiful feeling, right? This is beautiful. This is like family. This is love. This is Mother Nature, human life, present and visible. So the Empress card tells me right off the bat that you are in a place where, like, you're balanced. You're okay. You have balance. I think what's going on is other things create things to affect Cancer. I feel like the Empress card tells me that you're equipped, I'm hearing. You're well equipped to deal with life issues. And that you have created some balance in your personal life, family life, with self. Like you've done even self-work on yourself. But we're going to go to the next card. Now we have the Tower card. So something really changes in your life in February. It's almost like it doesn't have to be grand, but whatever it is, it does shift the energy. And it feels, on a sense, on some level, like it is grand because it affects you and it affects others. In this card, the people look like they're kind of complaining. Some are like, some are stressed out. And you look at one of them and it almost looks like that person's saying, well, that's kind of what happens when that happens, when you do this or you do that. See, look, there's that person right there, the man. I guess you can't really quite see it, but he's kind of has his face kind of smug, like, well, what did you expect? So something happens that shifts the Empress energy. That's you too. And it kind of makes you, or forces you, to look at things differently and react differently. Maybe even a bit of panic runs through you. But then the next card is the Six of Cups. So whatever the Tower does, it brings back the past to you. Six of Cups. So it brings back these memories, right, for Cancer. And Cancer's thinking about good and bad memories, thinking about their youth, thinking about their love, thinking about family, a time long ago. And it goes very well with the Empress energy. So, whatever it is that happens that makes things shift and change in your life, it takes you back to the memories, the fond memories of your past. Now, the next card, we'll keep going. We'll go back maybe to that too. Just let me get going through them because I'm feeling it. Ten of Coins. So, Ten of Coins is a very good card. It talks about the luxury, having plentiful amounts of food, space. There's lots of things going on in this card. There's music and art. There's like cohesion, right? Everybody's existing, everybody's working together, and it's all fluid. Ten of Coins means that you even have the funds to kind of indulge and enjoy in this. So that's really good, right? You have this plentiful amount. It might be money, it might be energy, it might be control of an environment. And it's working. Maybe this is your family life and it's working for you. You're in charge as Empress energy, Ten of Coins. You're in charge of your financial, and everybody under that umbrella, and everybody is working together. But something does shake things up. We go to the Five of Coins. It takes you to your past with the Six of Cups. And I think what it is there might be some type of, like, well, it could be work related, it could be a legal issue. Whatever this is, the Tower and the Five of Coins are working together. And if I even go down, it's the Ten of Swords. So, whatever this shakeup is, it kind of puts you more in a place of, like, you're distraught. Like you're like concerned. You're not sure if you can keep your Ten of Coins and your Empress energy vibration, if you can keep that going. But I think what it is that maybe you have something like, for example, taxes that are behind. You have maybe something, a ticket. There's something here that requires maybe a legal eye to look at it. That's what I'm hearing, a legal eye. And you haven't really done that. You haven't really looked for someone to help you with it. Maybe because you're in fear of it. Sometimes we're scared of stuff. It could be something that is scary and we don't want to look at it, but it's best we do because we need to get ahead of it. So, a great example here would be like, say somebody here had everything going well, and let's say they go out for a drink and they get a DUI. They test negative, I guess, however you say it. And so it rocks your world, right? The tower, it rocks your world. It makes you start thinking about your past, your childhood, whatever, your family. It messes with your 10 of coins, which is your money in the balance, right? Because it costs. And then your 5 of coins is a legality. Maybe you need a legal eye to look at it. And here we go with the 8 of swords. Maybe you don't want to deal with it. You're still in shock. So the blindfold stays on because you don't even want to look at it. There's like multiple things to look at. It's something like this. Like, that's an example of what could be going on for Cancer. Just an example. Now, Cancer has balance. It looks like you're good though. It's just something comes in and like shakes things up. Now, it doesn't have to be scary. It could just be that's an example, but it could be something that you haven't been looking at that you must look at in February. You need to kind of take the blindfold off and address the problem. 9 of Cups says to me that you have the ability and maybe even the funds or the connections to resolve. That's what's really great here. But you're allowing yourself to like wither away and let this problem build and get the best of you. And that's why you're at the 10 of Swords. It's draining you. You're not wanting to, you're just letting it consume you. And it's more like, why don't you just, almost it's like, just deal with it. I understand though. You have Empress, 10 of coins, 9 of cups here. 9 of cups tells me you have the ability to kind of do this, to overcome this problem, whatever it is. It could even be a speeding ticket that's just building and you're not addressing it. A seatbelt ticket, for God's sake. Those are expensive as heck. But it's something like this. Maybe we're talking about people who share custody. And so there's a deadline. And the longer you wait to deal with maybe an ex or something like this, the worse it gets, right? Communication needs to happen. And maybe the deadline shows up, and then that's what the tower is. Because now maybe like the law comes in and just decides for you. It's something like this, And it's more about you addressing the problem. This read is about you looking at your stuff. It's like you need to write a list, prioritize everything, and start addressing those issues for 2021, February. And I don't know why I said 15. Maybe that's something for some people out there. Maybe the problem was in 15. Okay, let's continue. Last card, 6 of Swords. Right? Okay, you have the 10 of Swords next to you. You have the 8 of Swords above you. The 5 of Coins is cornering you. This 6 of Swords is asking for relief. It's like it's being trapped by those other swords and that 5 of coins. It's almost like the 6 of Swords is saying, I need to run away. I need to get out of here. I need to move. Maybe I need to go somewhere to fix this problem. Maybe it's in another state and you gotta go. And it's like, you have all these swords in the corner, and it's like the rest, you have some flow here. You have some positive, very positive cards. But you also have some cards that are heavy. And it's almost like a 50-50. What are you going to do about it, Cancer? Don't let the 10 of Swords come at you. Don't let whatever the shakeup is, whatever it is that you have something maybe possibly you have to deal with. Like say you have a DMV, a car that you have to pay the tags. It's behind, a smog check. Things like this. It could be something as minor, but it can grow and it could become a big problem and it could shake you up. If you can't drive your car, you can't get to work. You can't get your kids to school. You can't function. It's something like this. Now, it's something that definitely shakes up your life schedule for sure, you know? And I think you're looking back at the past and you're thinking, oh, maybe you're thinking about your children and you're saying, how do I protect my assets? How do I protect my kids too? How do I protect my kids? And it's something like this. And at the end of this, you have the Six of Swords. It's almost like you're saying, there's another person here in this boat with you. I actually feel like you're going to address it, which is good. I feel like maybe this video perks you up and wakes you up, and or something perks. This tower could be the shakeup that wakes you up and says, hey, get off your little booty and go see what's going on. Look at the things that you have that are so beautiful, you know, and let's keep them, right? Let's keep it. Let's keep all this. Let's keep this. Let's keep all this. So how do we keep it? Well, we have to look at all the things we have, and then we got to figure it out. We got to look at um, what's important, and we have to prioritize. Maybe the tower comes in, and what it does is I apologize about that. It's like what it does is the tower tells you, hey, wake up. Don't forget, you have something pending. Maybe it's something like this, and it says, if you don't get on it, you will have the tower, and it'll be forced on you on their schedule versus like 100 their schedule versus it could be on your schedule too, right? You can work on this, you know? So, let's see what else. I feel though that even though you don't like to look at things that are like a hassle, because that's what this is. This is kind of like a pain in the butt, right? I feel like you're going to look at it. You're finally going to drop the blindfold because it's really going to get the best of you if you don't. And you have the skills, you have the tools, I'm seeing you have what it takes to fix this. So, whatever it is, if it's a ticket, if it's dealing with an ex, if it's dealing with family problems, it could even be like an estate, it could be even those type of legalities like um, money or property that's been left and people are having to deal with who's going to manage it, and there's maybe some fighting with the tower or some disagreements, not fighting, disagreements, and someone having to take charge here. And I think it's you. I think Cancer, I think you're supposed to take charge or help take charge. Maybe even help direct whomever is in charge and get this resolved. So this doesn't necessarily have to be you, but it could be some energy that is very much connected to you. So it does affect you, right? It affects the family life. It affects the personal. It affects you. So that's what I'm kind of seeing. Now let's see what else I see here. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of looking. I feel like if I wanted to, I could probably say something. Let me feel. Let me see what they're telling me. I could say too, like maybe even like there's an energy here of a parent energy, and something just changes the home life or their environment, and it takes them back, or they start thinking about their kids, and they maybe decide to go home, move home. Maybe like because of COVID, like you lose the job and you have children, and so you say you're thinking about where can I move to. You start thinking about good memories, And so you decide to move back home, 10 of coins. But to move back home, it costs money, and maybe you have things that keep you in one place, right? Schools, work, right? Maybe even a license. If you're deciding, you're kind of unsure about what to do, so you're kind of sitting still, but you realize that you have to do something because you have maybe little ones or you have responsibilities. So what you decide is um, that even though it's not looking good, you know that you can move home. You may not like it. You may not like being told from other people what to kind of do or to hear it. You know, sometimes people talk like, okay, maybe you don't want to go back home, something like this, but you know it's the best thing. So maybe this is about you moving from one space to the other, another place, because what's going on in your current space, there's a shakeup. I'm hearing shakeup, breakup. That could be with your work or partner, and so you're having to move, or you're thinking, I don't want to, but you end up taking a journey and maybe leaving or choosing to leave and deal with with things in a new space, because you're thinking and you're hoping that things would work easier, because if you've lost your job or something like this, your stability, right, your income. So it could be something like this too. Let's see. Now, I'm trying to see, how can I read this here? I'm trying to see if something good happens. This tower ends up doing something really good that takes you back home, back to some kind of memory, back to someone, and you inherit. You even could inherit. But there is legalities, and that's a problem. And maybe you don't know how to do it by yourself. But it's definitely worth looking at, because there's winnings here. There's something to receive. It could be that someone's passed and you may have to travel to deal with, like, possibly dealing with the passing of somebody, also the inheritance of some of this, also the legalities that come with that. There's just, there is, property taxes, paperwork to receive. But I mean, you could be receiving something, but it's kind of unfortunate because it comes from maybe something like not such great news, from something like this. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. I gave you guys like 3 or 4 different ways to look at this, and I hope that helps you so that you can see Cancer and you can relate. Um, the one thing I would say is that I don't fear the Tower card anymore. I used to kind of be scared of it. I don't fear it anymore because I feel like the Tower brings change, and I know we're scared of change sometimes, but sometimes sitting where we're at and not flowing, sometimes that gets really stale, and sometimes we need a change so that we can develop and grow. We were built to do this, and sometimes a shakeup can be something positive as well. Alrighty, so I'm Fuel the Soul, and if you like this read, please, please like it, please. And I will see you in March. Bye.